Hey guys, my name is Ritesh and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the sixth program of Python programming course. In this video, we will see a program to read the marks of 5 subjects and then calculate the average and then display the grade according to the average. So what basically we have to do is we have to take input of marks of 5 subjects, then we have to calculate the average, and then according to the average we have to display what grade the student has scored. Okay, so to get the grade, there are certain conditions. First condition is if the average is greater than equal to 90, then we have to print grade A. Second condition is if the average is greater than equal to 80 and the average is less than 90 at the same time. That means all the averages in the range 80 to 89 holds true for the second condition. Then we have to print grade B. Similarly, if the average is greater than equal to 70 and less than 80, then we have to print grade C. Similarly, there are two more conditions. Therefore, there are total 5 conditions we have to check. Okay, so let's understand the program with an example. So here subject 1 marks is 75, subject 2 marks is 85. Similarly, there are marks for all the 5 subjects. Now the first step is to find the average. So how to find the average is add marks of all the subjects and divide it with the number of subjects. So here we have found that the average is 76. So now since we have got the average, we have to use if else statements to get the grade according to the average score. So the first condition was if the average is greater than 90. So here the average is 76. So this condition is false. Okay, now the second condition will be executed. It will check if the average is greater than equal to 80 and the average is less than 90. No, the second condition is also false because the average is 76. Now the third condition is whether the average is greater than equal to 70. Yes, and also the average is less than 80. So the third condition is true. Therefore we can conclude that the grade is C. Okay, now let's see the algorithm or the pseudo code before writing the code. So the first step is to take the input of marks of all the 5 subjects from the user and store it in the variable. Second step is to calculate the average score. Third step is to use if else statements to get the grade of the student, and in the end we have to print the grade. Okay, here the computer will ask us to enter the marks of 5 subjects. Here we have entered all the marks of 5 subjects. Then it will calculate the average score and accordingly it will print the grade. Okay, so I hope you all have understand the logic behind the program. Now let's start with the code. Here is the code. I have named the code as program 6. So the first step is to write the title of the code using a single line comment. So here I have created a variable subject 1. This variable stores the marks of subject 1. In this we have used int input method, and before inputting the value of subject 1 we have used the message to enter the marks of subject 1. Similarly, we have created 5 different variables to store the marks of 5 different subjects. The second step was to calculate the average. Here the average is calculated by adding the marks of all the subjects divided by the number of subjects. Okay, then we have printed the average score, what the average score is. Okay. So since we have got the average score of all the marks, we have used if else condition to check which grade the student has scored. Okay, so here the first condition is whether the average is greater than equal to 90. If this is true, it will print grade A. Please note that the first condition is true for the range from 90 to 100. Okay, now if the first condition is false, then the second condition is checked. So what the second condition is whether the average is greater than 80 and at the same time whether the average is less than 90. So this condition holds true for the range from 80 to 89. If the second condition is false, then it will jump to the third condition, which is whether the average is greater than 70 and at the same time average is less than 80. This holds true for a range 70 to 79. Similarly, if the third condition is false, then the fourth condition is executed. This condition holds true for the range 60 to 69. And if all the above 4 conditions are false, then we can conclude that the average score is less than 60. So without checking any condition, we can print the else, we can execute the else statement, which is it will print grade E. This else statement holds true for the range 0 to 59. Okay, I hope you all have understood this code. Now just save the code. Now I will run the code. Okay, here we are entering the marks of subject 1. So let's enter 70, 75. Okay, the average score is 75. Okay, so here the average score is 75. So with this average score, the first condition is check whether the average is greater than 90. This is false. Then the second condition is checked whether the average score is greater than 80 and less than 90. This is also false because our average score is 75. Then the third condition is checked whether the average score is greater than 70 and less than 80. So this is true. Therefore, it will print grade C. Now let's run this program with another example. 50. Okay, as you can see here, the average score is 54. So all the above four condition will be false, and in the end the else statement is printed, which is grade E. I hope you all have understood the code, but let's do a quick revision. So here the first five lines, the first five variables are created, which is sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, sub 4 and sub 5. These variables are used to get these variables are used to store the marks of all the five different subjects. To get the input from the user, we have used the input method, and then we have typecasted that value into the int. Okay, the second step was to calculate average. So here we have created a variable average, and we have calculated the average of all the five marks. Then the third step, which is the most important step, we have used if else statements to get the grade according to the average score. Okay friends, that's it for this video. If you found this video helpful, then do like the video, and please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for further notifications of the video. Thank you.